Hello everyone, welcome back to the fourth episode of this story. Where we hear Taehyung, Jungkook asks revelation. Jungkook asks suspensely. He did not have a good feeling about this. Before Taehyung could answer, a frail looking woman opened the doors. He saw Taehyung smile brightly and pulled him into a warm hug. Taehyung turned around and introduced to the man next to him. This is Jungkook Nona. I had told you he is the one. The woman didn't let him complete the sentence. She rushed to pull Jungkook in her arm, and as she let out the loud sobs, Jungkook could hear "Thank you" and "God bless you" in between the wails. She then pulled him inside the single room shack where a worn bed on the floor lay a small girl around 10 years old. Jungkook had always considered communication one of his biggest strengths. He was articulate and eloquent with his vocal expression. Jungkook was armed with the ability to use the right word in the right tone at the right time, but standing in the makeshift house with the mother and child bowing down to him in tears, the word got stuck into the depth of his throat. Jungkook mumbled a few syllables and walked out of with him following him. Jungkook didn't slow down or stop till he reached the car. He didn't even sure he was walking the right way. He just walked. Once on the main road, Jungkook turned around and pulled Taehyung by his arm. What is that? Are you trying to prove that you used the money you took for a good purpose, to feel good about yourself, to prove that you are not a jerk? Jungkook hissed between his panting breath. No, Jungkook, no. That's Mr. Jian to you. Sorry, Mr. Jian, please listen to me. It is not that. Your mother told me about your fiance, what happened on that day of accident. I just wanted to tell you, to show you that something good came out of it. The breakup with your fiance set a chain of events that ultimately saved a life of a young girl. They could do her heart surgery with the money you give me. I know that this is not going to lessen your pain, but I was hoping that knowing that a life was saved because of what happened would give you some sort of closure. I was hoping that seeing her would help you move on. I could be the afternoon sun, but Taehyung thought he saw Jungkook's eyes lighting. Jungkook's eyes glistening. Jungkook turned and walked towards his car. He got in without so much as a word to Taehyung. Taehyung stood there watching the car till they mingled into the chaotic Seoul traffic. They wished Jungkook would able to get the closure needed. He wished he would see Jungkook happy one day, even if it was from afar. He had a strange feeling in his pit of stomach that shot right up to his heart. They wondered if he would get a chance to see Jungkook ever again. Jungkook stared out of his car more like lost. He felt that his heart would burst. It was an odd feeling. Jungkook had never felt anything like this before. He it scared him. It overwhelmed him. It pressed every inch of his being. He looked back at the small figure of the young standing by the road and wondered if he would cross paths with the small boy ever again. Like someone says, when you really want something, all the universe spared in helping you to achieve it. The two hearts yearned too much to see the each again, the other again, that they called out to that undying spirit, to the universe. They met again after 2 weeks on the billionaires. They are not like us, Taehyung thought with a small laugh. The spectacle that was Jungkook's birthday party. The party was at Jungkook's parents' farmhouse in the suburbs of Seoul. Someone from Mr. Jeon's staff has contacted Taehyung a week back asking about the food pickup after the party. They had agreed to come with the van. By the time the party ends, they later called him and said that the Jeons specifically invited them to the party. They was initially hesitated, but when the invitation card with a handwritten note from Mrs. Jeon, he found it impossible to decline. Though looking around at the different of the world of rich people from his own time, definitely wished he should have been denied standing in the midst of the glitties and gleam of lights, music, dance, celebrities, not to mention all the finest champagne, caviar, and other gourmet treats. They felt that he might have more in common with the aliens than from outer space than these people from a city. He was wearing a simple black printed t-shirt and black jeans with good guard. His friend Jimmy lent him a jacket and forced him to wear it. The tan colored leather jacket and some sort of formality to Taehyung's attire that, though they knew he stood out like a sore thumb among the Emiranis and Raffles learners, Taehyung entered the venue and was trying to slowly adjust himself to a corner when Mrs. Yan spotted him. Hey Taehyung, glad you could make it. Did you meet Jungkook yet? Jungkook. They were all suddenly shouts from the stage area where a huge 3-tier cake. That's okay, ma'am. I will see him later. You please go ahead. Taehyung politely bowed to her as she went to join her son on the stage. That's when they saw Jungkook as they made his way towards the stage. That man looked radiant. He was in a white coat and pants with a silver shirt glittering along with the lights around. Jungkook had left the top buttons unbuttoned, giving a peek of his hot chest. His hair was sleekly done to the side with one strand casually falling across his face, and Jungkook was smiling widely as he went up the steps. It was like that smile brightening up not just Jungkook's face but the whole place around like a sun. Then thought amazed loud claps and singing. Jungkook cut the cake and gave it to his parents. He gestured Yoongi to come up to the stage and the two friends paid each other a dollop of cake. The guest came up to wish Jungkook, the woman hugging and taking selfie with him and brandishing the Rolex and Bulgaris they got for Jungkook's show-offs. Taehyung sneered. He hated the uneasiness they was feeling in his heart at the moment. I thought he disappeared. Taehyung turned around when he heard the voice and saw Jungkook standing there with a plate in his hand. Happy birthday, Mr. Jian. Taehyung stuttered. Jungkook, and here, have some cake. Jungkook stretched a big slice of cake towards Taehyung. Happy birthday, Jungkook. Taehyung said, taking the plate, scooping out a spoon of cake and offered it to Jungkook. Taehyung had no idea what made him do that. Maybe it was the temporary suspense of all the scenes, but as he saw Jungkook staring at him, he suddenly realized what was he was doing. Horrified, he was about to draw back when Jungkook held Taehyung's hand and pulled it up to his mouth. Jungkook then took the spoon, scooped another piece, and offered it to Taehyung. All the while, their eyes locked and their hearts beat in the tender over the din of the thumping music. It was like only two of them existed. The whole world around faded into a blur. It was magical, well, at least until Taehyung took a bite of cake. Oh my god, this is so good. Oh, wow. It is like having little piece of heaven. Taehyung closed his eyes and lost in the release of the cake, totally shifting his focus from the man to the food in front of him. Taehyung loves cake a lot, and the cake was heaven to him. Where is my gift? Taehyung looked up, and the sudden question from Jungkook. That's when he realized Jungkook had been watching him eat the cake. What? Don't tell me you didn't bring any gift, Jungkook asked questioningly. Well, I Taehyung hesitated, patting his coat pocket. Is it there, the gift? Jungkook stretched his hand. Yes. I mean, no, I will get you another day. What do you gift someone who has literally everything, including the latest and greatest, at his disposal? Taehyung had racked his brain and came up with a gift that he felt would be thoughtful, something that Jungkook might appreciate. In fact, like his early plan, it sounds great too in his head now, but now seeing the array of luxury gifts that Jungkook received, Taehyung felt quite embarrassed with what he had got. Heck, it wasn't even new. Jungkook, however, was not ready to let it go. He insisted that Taehyung give to him. Nervously, Taehyung pulled it out, the pink cover, from the inside pocket of his jacket. I don't think, I read it in interview that you were very fond of the book Tale of the Polar Bear and Ukawai. Well, when you were young, that you would read it every night before going to sleep. It was a limited edition book that isn't available anymore, and you said that you lost the original book. I remember that I had a copy of the original edition. It was my favorite book too. So when I went home last weekend, I got for you this stupid. It's old. I don't know. Taehyung could feel his face flush with all he was thinking. What was he thinking? Giving Jungkook a children's book, and that too one he has used. Thank you. Jungkook's voice was barely audible. Taehyung wondered for a moment if Jungkook was being sarcastic, but then when their eyes met, he was relieved. Mrs. Jan stared at Jungkook in surprise as he rejoined the party. His eyes gleamed with a twinkle and that she hadn't seen before. She prayed that whatever or whoever brought that happiness to her son remain in his life a very, very long time. Can you meet me for coffee Friday 4 at dessert on men? I have something to talk to you. Taehyung reread the message. He also made Jimin read it and make sure wasn't eliminating. he wasn't. Jungkook had asked him for the coffee. His heart jumped up and down in delight. He pulled Jimin for a sudden swirl around. They couldn't wait till Friday afternoon. Yet at the same time, he didn't want it to come too soon. Confused, yeah. Well, he was. On Friday, Taehyung arrived half an hour early at the place. It was a charming bouquet cafe covered in growing vines and pretty white flowers. They strolled up and down the street waiting for Jungkook's car to come in. He felt like a nervous teenager on the first date. Taehyung had been brought a new shirt to wear today. A few minutes later, he saw the Bentley rolling in, and Jungkook got out looking impressive as ever in a crispy white shirt and black pant. Hobie was also there. However, he remained outside and Jungkook and Taehyung walked into the cafe. Jungkook went to the counter to talk to the person behind it and then joined Taehyung at the table. I ordered for you too. Hope you don't mind, Jungkook said, pulling a chair. As long as it is sweet, Taehyung replied. They sat on the opposite sides of the table, staring at each other for a fraction of a second too long. The butterflies in their stomachs fluttered enigmatically. So, what did you want to talk about? Taehyung broke the spell. What work do you do with the people at the slums? Jungkook asked. Everyone, what do you think what Taehyung do with the slums of people and what will Jungkook do? After knowing this, let's figure this out. Next episode. Bye bye. Bye.